I was inspired by my classmate from PNG, 1976, Ray Bodden, who talked about the Bodden Burger. He described it to me on Facebook. I was jealous. I watch a lot of man versus food, and I am enthralled. I'm hypnotized by that program. The guy goes all over the country, goes into cities and finds these food challenges, huge hamburgers, pizzas this big, hottest food, biggest food, strangest food. I watch it all the time. And so Ray started talking about his hamburger, said, okay, I've got to do something because I've got to get in the kitchen and prove myself that I can cook something worthy of man versus food. So this is how we kind of mix it up here. This is
we put some
seasoning in there. Doesn't have any MSG. We're using 90% lean buffalo organic, grass-fed, because it doesn't contain any growth hormones, antibiotics, or pesticides.
And the camera person is Isabella Chacon.
That's right.
Hello.
Anyway, and the reason that we use and also I've got about 3/4 of a pound of bacon chopped up in here, because 10% fat is really probably not fat enough for a good burger, so we've taken some no hormone, no growth hormone, no pesticide, no antibiotic bacon, uncured, applewood smoked, and we put it in here. So we've got about, I don't know, 3.5 pounds of meat here that we're going to put on the burger. It's nice and seasoned. Now, you know, my grandmother, she would take a bite of the meat raw to see if it was seasoned. Booyah!
No,
all right,
can you
here we go. But now let's turn it over, Evan. Come on, turn it over. That's it. We washed our hands.
Yep, washing the hands.
So
wash the hands.
If you could get a good grass-fed animal, it's going to contain more omega-3 fatty acids because they eat grass. And the natural progression when the animal eats the grass is they turn that into an omega-3 fat, as opposed to if they eat a lot of grain, they don't turn it into as much. So omega-3s are what drives your brain, as well as what controls inflammation in your body. So, all right, we're warming up over here. This is a homemade bun that I've made. So our burger's going to be about this big. And all I did was I took some frozen bread dough. This wasn't organic, man. You can't get good frozen organic bread dough. And I'm not qualified to make bread dough from scratch. And all I did was I rolled it out into about a 9-inch diameter so that it would fit in just a simple cake pan, right? Rolled it out, and then I let it rise. Just covered it with a towel, let it rise for a few hours. I popped it in the oven. I cooked it for about, I don't know, 10 minutes on 350, and it kind of comes out a little bit hard, but that's okay, because what I did was I just put it in this pot and put a lid on it, and just let it sit here, and as it kind of sweated in the pot, it got kind of soft, but not too soft. We got a huge hamburger here. We've got a huge hamburger coming. It's going to have 3 pounds of meat on it, and you don't want this bun to fall apart. We're going to, so it's got to stand up to it. All right. Yeah.
Now,
all right. Now, we've got our burgers going here on our grill. I didn't grill them outside today simply because the weather's not really good, but I tell people, you hear all this stuff about charred meat causing cancer. I just want you to think, is that really the way the cycle is supposed to go? I mean, man has been eating charred meat for thousands of years, and it's supposed to kill him? Here's the thing. One, those kind of studies don't really do justice to what people really ate. Some of those studies, they ask people, well, what have you eaten over time? And those are very unreliable. But second, it's one thing to eat charred meat. I mean, it does contain these PNAs, PAH, whatever you want to call them, PCA, polynuclear aromatic hydrocarbons, like benzanthracene or benzalkylpyrene. It's the carcinogens that are produced when organic matter is burned, like in a cigarette, for instance. But if you sit down with your steak and you have a large salad with lots of fresh vegetables and you eat them raw, and maybe you have some asparagus or broccoli or green beans with them, you are eating the things that counteract all of the bad things in the charred meat. So you're balancing it out. And the caveman, he ate charred meat, but he also ate whole foods, real foods, raw foods that are packed with antioxidants. So when you hear grilled meat is bad for you, you have to understand the context. We're not going to get any charred meat here simply because we want to cook indoors. But we got this thing going, and remember, we seasoned our meat. We've got bacon in it. This is 10% lean buffalo. And just remember, 10% is by weight, not by fat content. So for every 100 grams, you have 90 grams of protein and 10 grams of fat. What that comes out to? That comes out to about, I don't know, maybe about 25% fat by calories, not by weight. Okay, look at me.
Look at this.
No, look at him. Look at me. All my high school friends who see this on Facebook or on YouTube are first of all confused about how it was that a guy like me ended up to be the fitness guru, which I am. Woo! Look at that. Look at that. So I represent myself to be this fitness guru, which I am, and then I turn around and I'm serving the world's biggest hamburger. But hey, here's what I tell people. The object is to lose fat, not your mind. So, that's why we're cooking up the Godzilla Burger. That's just a working title. If you have a better title for this burger, like you know what's in it. We got the buffalo, we've got the bacon, we're gonna have organic cheese, we've got the homemade buns, we're gonna have veggies, we're gonna have French fries.
Daddy.
So,
Daddy.
if you've got a name, you can submit it to me.
Daddy, make sure they can actually hear the name better, because I was
Well,
looking at
we're going with the Godzilla Burger, but I'm not really sure that I like that. Godzilla!
in and out, in and out.
I think we need one more layer of cheese. Let's put this other puppy on there. Woohoo! Wow, that's a hamburger. That's a Fred Flintstone Brontosaurus burger. There we are. There's the burger. Hold on a second. And just by way of perspective, there you go. And what we'll do is
Let's go get Evan.
whoa, whoa. Look how far it needs to go to get the knife through that burger. Look at that.
Well, your hand's in the way.
Evan! Evan! Evan!
Here we go.
Come for dinner!
Wow. How is Evan and I supposed to bite through that?
That's just your own. You got to worry about that on your own. Biting through it.
Wash your hands, Evan.
All right.
And can I pause it now?
Yeah.
Ready?
Wash your hands.
And
Glimpse of that. Here we go. This is the biggest one. I wonder who's going to get that.
oh, Daddy!
Yeah, nice try. Whoa!
Don't
Check
put your
it
wrist.
out. Woo!
The Hero Burger.
All right. Go put that away.